My name is David Sadowski. I'm an equity research analyst at Raymond James, focused on the mining sector.
It looks like Denison and Fission Uranium are not going to be doing a combination. Can you tell me about the outlook for the companies going forward?
Well, I think the outlook for each company is strong. On the one hand, Fission, they've got about $15 million in cash today. They'll be pushing forward with exploration and development of Patterson Lake South over the next 6-12 months here, continuing exploration drilling in January. That's the main focus of Fission going forward, certainly. On the Denison side, they'll be looking at releasing a maiden resource at the Griffin Zone, which is part of the Wheeler River property, in the next month or two, and then pushing forward with a PEA on the Wheeler River property in 2016.
Can you talk a little bit more about their exploration program and why it is a good direction for Fission?
Well, Fission's got a phenomenal property, Patterson Lake South, which hosts the RRR deposit, 105 million pounds of contained uranium. And we think there's a lot more left to find on that property. There's several hot zones, very compelling geophysics and alteration in drill core that we've seen. So out to the western part of the property, west of the main RRR deposit, there's a zone called R600 West, which has had several drill holes that look very interesting. We think there's probably 15-20 million pounds there already. It looks like it'll continue to grow based on the structure and alteration that we've seen. And then beyond that, regionally, there's several areas of interest to the north on a parallel conductor called the PLS-1 conductor, and then to the south in the Forest Lake area, a lot of really attractive geophysics, electromagnetics, and so on. So yeah, a lot of very interesting areas to drill.
Why is that an attractive area for uranium exploration?
Well, the Southwest Athabasca Basin is very compelling. It straddles the edge of the basin there. That's where Patterson Lake South is. So we've already discovered, Fission's already discovered 105 million pounds. That's what they delineated. And just up the road, there's another 100 million pounds or so at Shea Creek. So it's an area that's known to host a lot of high-grade uranium. Why is it interesting going forward? Well, there's a lot of indications in geophysics, in structure, in radon as well, that suggest there's a lot more uranium to find on that property.
And obviously, there's infrastructure around it as well.
Yeah, there's a bit of infrastructure. There's a road passing through the property, a highway that was built for the old Areva Cluff Lake mine. Power is somewhat nearby. They'd have to patch in grid power to that property eventually. But it is connected by an all-weather road, so that's key.
What's the outlook for uranium?
Yeah, uranium is it's in a troubled spot at the moment. $38 per pound in the spot market. Historically, that would be considered a low price. But going forward, we think the future is bright, especially in the long term. Supply-demand fundamentals are very compelling. We've got growth that we haven't seen since the mid-1980s, led by China. And without the commensurate growth on the supply side. So just in a few years from now, 4 to 5 years out from now, we expect a shortfall to emerge in the space. And leading up to that, we anticipate prices to move higher.
What's happening with the building of nuclear plants right now, and how important is that for driving uranium demand?
There are dozens of nuclear power plants that are being constructed around the world at the moment. It's the fastest pace of growth in the past 30 years, led, as I mentioned, by China. Yeah, really, we haven't seen this acceleration of growth since the mid-1980s. So, yeah, I mean, the outlook on the demand side is very strong. We also have the Japanese fleet coming back online. We've just had the second reactor restart there. So that's critical as well.
Thank you very much for your time.
It's my pleasure.